Hi. Hello. How's it going? So, ignore the mess behind me. I really need to clean up my desk, but I am here to start a new Netgalley manga reading vlog for you. So, I've got like 12 titles from publishers to read for you guys. I'm very excited to get to them. So, let's go ahead and mention briefly what's going to be talked about in this video, and then we will get on to details. Okay, so first up I have In the Clear Moonlit Dusk. This is a volume 1. This is by Mika Yamamori, who did Daytime Shooting Star, which y'all know is a series I really enjoyed. So I'm very much looking forward to getting into this one. Then I have I Was Reincarnated as the Seventh Prince, so I can take my time perfecting my magical ability. Volume 1. I've just seen this around and I'm vaguely curious, so I saw it was up for review, so I thought I'd give it a chance. Then I've got Burn the Witch, Volume 1, which I'm very excited about. That one actually doesn't come out till October, so I'm very excited for the early copy. I also got My Love Mix-Up, Volume 1, which was, when this license, dropped, I was so excited because I am, this isn't something we normally see in shoujo coming from Viz. So I'm very, very excited for this one. Then I do have Mashle, Magic and Muscles Volume 2, but I have not yet read Volume 1, so I thought I would just throw that in here. Viz kindly sent this to me, so technically it is still a review copy. It's just not from Netgalley. So I will be giving you my thoughts on Volume 1 as well as Volume 2. Then I have Fly Me to the Moon, Volume 7. Volume 6 got returned from Netgalley early in the previous Netgalley manga reading vlog, so I will read this, give you my thoughts here, and then we'll go on to Volume 7. Then I have Beastars Volume 14. I'm really looking forward to this one after what happened in the previous volume, so I'm very excited. Then I did get Yakuza Lover Volume 2, which this cover, we're just going to give that a moment. And yes, all things yes when it comes to Yakuza Lover. Another thing that's all things yes for me was Prince Freya Volume 5. I've been dying to get my hands on Volume 5, so now that it's here, it's getting read, and I am here for it. I also got Spy Family Volume 6, but I have not yet read Volume 5, and I do have a physical copy, so I will read Volume 5 for you guys as well as Volume 6, because that's one I've pretty much read exclusively in these vlogs up till now, so that's why I'm just going to put that in here. And then last but not least, we do have Komi Volume 15. So I am excited to see what happens. Volume 14 was very pivotal for the friendship between Komi and her new blonde friend. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. And the dynamic with Tadano. So this is going to be really interesting to see what happens in Volume 15. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive right into this video. Alrighty, so the first thing I read was In the Clear Moonlit Dusk, Volume 1. In this one, I honestly love the whole concept of the story. Basically, our heroine is very androgynous. She's pretty flat, not super curvy. You know, a lot of times she's mistaken for a guy, but she's really pretty. And so she is also very heroic. She always comes to people's rescue because she's very thoughtful and considerate of others. And so throughout it, she earns the nickname of Prince, and she hates it. She doesn't like being called this masculine nickname. And then all of a sudden, one of her senpais, I believe he's a third year, I can't remember specifically right now, but he runs into her, and he basically flat out asks her, "Are you a dude?" And of course she's flustered and runs away, but she can't stop thinking about him. He can't stop thinking about her. They slowly form kind of a friendship. He clearly wants it to be more, but she doesn't want to believe it because she feels like she's too masculine. She can't be feminine. Guys aren't going to like her. And he's like, that doesn't matter. I like you. I want to date you. And it's so good. And the way this volume ends has me dying for Volume 2. So I think this is going to be a series a lot like Daytime Shooting Star, where I'm very much going to be looking forward to each volume as it comes out. So this is definitely one to put on your radar and start marking it down as one of those ones you want a physical copy for on Kodansha's surveys. Alrighty, so the second one for this video is I Was Reincarnated as the Seventh Prince, and that's all I'm going to say. I didn't end up enjoying this one. I felt like The fan service was too high for me, and the story was just kind of middle of the road isekais for me. It didn't do anything to pull me in, it didn't wow me, and so I'm a little disappointed. I was hopeful. The art is cute, and the art is nice, but it's not one that I'm gonna be picking up more of, just because I'm already collecting so many series that this is one that I'm definitely not gonna be picking up more of. I would definitely pick up In the Clear Moonlit Dusk before I'd pick up this one, so... yeah, this one was not my favorite. It's about this dude who ends up reincarnated, born as a 7th prince. And so he spends all that time, because he remembers everything, being a total perv and bathing with the maids and everything. Like, yeah, I'm just, no thanks. That's not a dynamic I love to read. I know there's an audience for this and a lot of people are going to enjoy it, but this one is just not for me. And I think there are better isekai out there, so... do what you think with that. Now let's move on to the next one. Alrighty, so I just finished volume 5 of Spy Family. I'm going to go on to volume 6 right after this. But we do get to see a lot more of Yor's brother. I believe his name is Yuri, if I remember right. He comes and helps Anya study for her midterms, and that's really funny. And we get to see Yor take some cooking lessons. Like, it's very slice of life-y and really cute. We do get lots of Anya in school and stuff in this particular volume, but we do also get to better know Twilight's partner, his spy partner, because she comes to visit the house and Anya gets to hear the inner workings of her mind, and it's amazing and funny. And I believe she's the one on the cover of volume 6, if I remember right. Yes. So she is the one on the cover here on volume 6. So we get to know her a bit better in volume 5. So I'm very much looking forward to how things are going to progress in volume 6. Okay, so I just finished volume 6 of Spy Family, and I actually really liked volume 6 because I feel like the end of volume 6 got us back to the original spy mission, which is fantastic. So I'm really excited to see where it goes from here. We also got to see Lloyd and this lovely partner. Her codename's Nightfall, and his is Twilight. Like, yeah, I know. They're cheesy names, but I don't care. They got to do a mission together, and that took up almost half the volume, and that was really fun. It was centered around a tennis tournament, and it was bonkers and just a lot of fun, and I had a great time with it. So, yes, I still am enjoying the series. Volume 5 and 6 were definitely solid for Spy Family, and I am looking forward to what comes next, because this volume 6 ends on quite the cliffhanger. Like, I'm ready for more. I might have to go onto my Viz app or my Shonen Jump app and see how much further ahead I can get, because that was a lot of fun. All right, time to move on to a different series. Alrighty, so another series to chat about. I read volume 1 and volume 2 of Mashle. So essentially, this is a Harry Potter style world in which magic is abundant, and Mesh is very unique because he has no magic. So he's been pumping iron basically his entire life and was protected by someone who likewise was without magic, but no one knew. So he's been hiding that he doesn't have magic his entire life and doesn't really have any magic affinity, but he's wicked and crazy strong. And so to save the person who raised him, essentially, he goes to magic school, he gets in, and it's his crazy shenanigans of beating everyone and everything up. And it's a good time. If you wanted a Harry Potter style world, but a little more humor and things like that, this is a really great fit. I had a great time. I enjoyed both volumes a lot. I'm probably going to give them both 4 stars. It's not like the best thing I've ever read, but man, it was a lot of fun. And, you know, if I can get them for review or get them sent to me, I'm definitely going to keep going. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I honestly think it's worth it. If you're interested in this story, I say go for it. I had a good time and I giggled a bit. It was a good time. I enjoyed it a lot. So anyways, moving on to the next one. Alrighty, so I just finished volume 6 and volume 7 of Fly Me to the Moon. In these, we just continue to follow the adventures of Nasa and Tsukasa as they are married and still kind of figuring things out because, you know, they didn't ever really date. Both of these volumes are past what you find in the anime. So if you wanted to know more about Tsukasa and Nasa after the end of the anime, you can definitely pick up the series at volume 6. Because I believe volume 5 ends where the anime ends. So volume 6 is where it starts new content. So both of these were new content to me. And I really enjoyed them both. I had a great time. I think what's going on in their relationships is really good right now, and I really like the advancement that it's kind of taking, and they're starting to get more comfortable with one another. And yeah, it was really fun. I really enjoyed both of these, but I like this little slice of life series and just have a good time with it. So with that said, I'm going to take a bit of a break, eat some chow, eat some food, and then I'll come back and we'll move on to something new. Alrighty, so I'm downstairs after eating my yummy lunch. Hope you enjoyed the clips of that. I did just finish Yakuza Lover Volume 2. It was chef's kiss again. It was fantastic. I really loved it. It was smutty. It was action-packed. It was so good. And it continues to bring Oya and Yuri closer together because they're having more shared experiences, and she's better understanding why he is the way he is. And I just love it. I love them. I love them a whole lot. They are great. And I love the art. A lot of the times, Oya's just drawn far too beautiful, and I just can't with them. Her eyes are huge. Like, that's probably my only critique on the art style, is that her eyes are almost too big for her face. But other than that, like, I really love the art. Her body's drawn beautifully, and the way it's all handled is, it's so good. So, so good. Okay, I'm still downstairs, but I just finished My Love Mix-Up Volume 1, and it is perfection. So, it's about this guy. He's got a crush on this girl named Hashimoto, right? So he borrows an eraser from her, and on the eraser there's a name, Ida, IDA, and their classmate is named Ida. And so he's like, crap, my crush likes this guy, Ida. But he drops the eraser, and Ida sees this. So he doesn't want to make Hashimoto uncomfortable. And so he says that Ida with a heart is his eraser and that it was him. And so now it's this weird, like, love triangle thing, because he's starting to realize that even though he kind of has a crush on Hashimoto, he's starting to have feelings for Ida. And by the end of the volume, you find out a crucial piece of information that was missing. And now the mix-up makes more sense, and it's fantastic. I really love the direction of the series, and I think it's going to be a really interesting exploration about how high schoolers explore love, but in a more, like, sweet and funny way than something like Blue Flag does. Blue Flag is much more hard-hitting. This is kind of a lighter take and look at it, and it's really, really cute. All of the art is great as well. Like, I'm really enjoying it. So, highly recommend picking up My Love Mix-Up when it comes out. I think it's coming out in September or October. I can't remember which. But either way, put it on your pre-order lists. It is so worth it. It is so fun. And I cannot wait to discuss it more when you guys have read it. Okay, so I just finished the 14th volume of Beastars. Now, this one drops some pretty heavy things, and so I'm really intrigued to see what's going to happen in the future from here. We got to know this horse guy quite a bit better in this particular volume. He's connected to Legoshi's grandfather, and the way he is taking care of the world is disheartening, I guess, is the easiest way to put it. Because I was looking at him in a very different way until now, and it's going to be really interesting from here forward with him in this series. I know we're on the downward slope of the series. We do get to see some of the Cherryton friends, and that was really nice. Yeah, it was a solid volume in the series. I think at this point, if you're invested in the series, you'll still enjoy what's happening. But if you were just kind of on the fence after this second arc, you might not be enjoying what's happening from here. So with that said, I'm going to move on. And another volume complete. This one happened to be Prince Freya Volume 5. And this one left on quite a cliffhanger again, which is par of the course with Prince Freya. I do think this is adding an interesting piece to our story. The guy here on the cover is pretty charismatic, and I like him. And I can't wait till he comes back around, because I know he will. And yes, it's amazing. I love it so much. And it's another series where it's just hard to put into words how much I enjoy it. I know this series isn't for everyone. Not everybody loves this series like I do. Just like there are people who don't love Yona like I do. I love a good fantasy romance. And I really love... I've grown to love Freya. She's gotten much better each volume, in my opinion. She's still very reckless right now and still immature in that way. So she's not growing up as quick as like Yona does. But I think that's to this series' benefit to keep it apart from Yona in its own way. And yes, so again, I love it. I'm so glad that I've already read this volume. Okay, I just read Komi Volume 15, and it was less about what I wanted it to be about and more about Komi making a new friend. So it was fine in that regard. This friend is a bit of a germaphobe, actually, so she doesn't like other people to touch her. So she has this really weird quirk where she immediately has to go, like, scrub her hands, or, like, if somebody hugs her, she has to, like, take off her shirt and put on a fresh one. And so it's kind of fun and funny that way. I'm a little disappointed that it didn't advance the other part of the plot that I was hoping it would. But this series I know is long, so I'm thinking it's a little overly long, honestly, but it's still cute and fun. So, yeah, I still think it's great. Check it out from your library or something if you're interested. And yes, still put it on your lists if you like Komi, and it's still a great solid Komi volume. And it felt like this volume had a pretty good arc to it, because the friend that we meet was running for student council president, and so it kind of follows her campaign and Komi helping with that, and you know, the little bit of after. So it was good. Sorry, I'm yawning a lot. But yeah, it was good. I definitely recommend keeping up with Komi. Alrighty, so I just finished Burn the Witch, Volume 1. And honestly, like, this one, it's not bad, but it's just not something that's appealing to me right now. It's very different than I thought it was going to be, and I just didn't end up enjoying this one. So this is one I'm not going to be physically collecting, but I honestly think a lot of people out there are going to love this. It's just not hitting the spot for me. So it's not a new series I want to continue and pick up. So with that said, like, that's everything I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you are here just because you love me, drop your favorite emoji down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.